Public Information Office of the Manila Electric Company. Joe Zaldarriaga is the Assistant Vice President and Communications of the Manila Electric Company. He is also the President of the International Association of Business Communicators Philippines. Joe spearheads the Meralco Communications team that made a historic three-peat win as the Company of the Year at the IABC Philippine Quill Awards, a first in the award show, 16-year history, and a testament to the company's strength in business communication excellence. He heads the team that won the first ever PR Team of the Year award at the 53rd Annual Awards, dubbed as the Oscars of PR, conferred by the Public Relations Society of the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Joe Zaldarriaga.
Thank you, Piraisha, for this opportunity. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. To the new breed of communicators and PR practitioners, it is certainly amazing that you get a wonderful opportunity to learn such as this convention, and I'm sure all of you will agree. As mentioned, I am Joe Zaldarriaga. I'm currently the spokesperson of a brand I believe most of you here are familiar with, Meralco. More than the spokesperson of the company, I also head its public information office. I am the company's go-to guy in terms of crisis communications, media relations, and of course on the very crucial topic that I was asked to discuss with you today, media monitoring. I said that because of all of those disciplines I mentioned are actually interconnected, especially in dealing with Meralco's communications and public relations. We'll get into the details of this later on. First, let me show and give you what I will discuss with you today. Let me take you back in history, in time, to get a view of Meralco's own journey in media monitoring. Once we have the grasp of this all-important discipline, I will take you through the advantages we've experienced so far. During this presentation, I will share with you case studies, actual case studies that the company went through that showcase the benefits of knowing how media views you, which ultimately will give you a view of how you are perceived. Let's start from some 15 years back. Baka yung iba sa inyo ay nasa kolehiyo o universidad pa, sa pagkalang ako, higit ng tatlong dekada na po nag-lingkod sa industriya ng PR at communications. I will not leave myself, but that's how it is. So 15 years ago, as I mentioned, the practice of PR and related disciplines were still not as advanced as it is today. Back then, we were still challenged in terms of technology. Everything we were doing, believe it or not, we did manually. The strategies we came up with, we did by instinct. But even with technological barriers, we knew how important and how crucial it was for a utility company like Meralco to gauge public sentiment through media. We may be called and considered to be a natural monopoly, but having said that, we are bound by our duty to provide reliable, quality, and affordable service, as we have business metrics that we need to fulfill. And of course, aside from our customers, we are answerable to regulators and government. Just like any other brand, we need to be able to keep track of how the public via media perceives us. And so, we rallied on. As the biggest distribution utility in the country, we are in the news day in and day out. Weekends, weekdays, there is no exception, including holidays. Back then, we had a team who monitors every newspaper. Visualize nyo po ito. Every newspaper, magazine, and tabloid available in the market. Cutting these articles manually with all Meralco mentions and even those related to the power industry. Physically pasting these clippings into sheets of paper, photocopying this, making more than 50 copies every day, and finally distributing these clippings to our leaders, our executives in the country, and various departments and offices who need information. Imagine, just imagine, the time and effort we put into the whole process, with Meralco averaging around 500 at the time, mas marami ngayon, 500 news pickups a month. Imagine how much paper was used, and aside from this, the team had a deadline to beat on a daily basis. They have to finish the clippings, copying, and distribution, if someone can guess, before 9 a.m. Imagine the difficulty it puts on my team at that time. Thankfully, 13 years ago, around 2005, a digital breakthrough brought much needed change for our media monitoring. An international media monitoring agency with a local office offered us their services, all digital, all via email. The rest, as they say, is history. There are adjustments that we had to go through in using this new technology. Eventually, after a couple of years, we let go of our physical photocopied clippings distribution. Over the course of Meralco utilizing media monitoring, we became more and more aware of how technology can work for you. Soon after, we wanted to go beyond monitoring. We wanted more in terms of metrics. While monitoring takes a look at individual messages coming in across all your channels, listening assesses the meaning behind this data in the aggregate, and inciting was very important in anticipating and addressing issues. When social media brought with it an avalanche of media disruption, things escalated from want to need. There have been countless advantages, but let me just bring you through 6 which the team has identified as far as the benefits of media monitoring is concerned. First, and the most important perhaps in Meralco's perspective, media monitoring, listening, and insighting proved to be very useful for addressing issues immediately before they become damaging. Case study. Actual case study. This actually happened. In 2016, NAIA, our national airport, was plagued with a 6-hour power interruption, a blackout, which canceled numerous flights and stranded thousands of passengers. This happened in the hours of the night and created an uproar both in media and in social media sphere. Immediately after it happened, Meralco received information that there were reports saying that we were responsible for the power outage that crippled the operations of the airport. We acted fast because of the monitoring that we have been receiving by real time. We were able to quickly clear by making statements and going to media immediately. Likewise, I went on air explaining our side and coordinating with the airport team on the efforts to resolve the problem. In fact, Meralco's recommendations to NAIA on the new technologies and facilities upgrade form part of the highlights of the resolution to address the incident. I was even invited, no less than the general manager of the airport, to join their press conference, which they organized, to share Meralco's proposals and the next steps so that a similar occurrence will no longer happen. When the issue was resolved and all things have been said and done, we received a favorable coverage on the issue following a good representation of the company's position on the incident. If it were not for media monitoring, we could have probably not addressed the issue at all. Real-time monitoring became helpful both in traditional and social media. A bit of warning though, to those especially in public service. It can be extremely challenging, especially if it happens at an ungodly hour. But it's the only way to be able to respond to negative buzz, which is critical in shielding the company from harm and negative impression. Next, I need not underscore the importance of gauging if the audience you want to send the message across is actually listening and eventually learn how they will react. Successfully conveying messages to our audience is not the end all. It just starts from there. Understanding is key, and equally important is getting feedback. Social media as well is a tool for generating responses on your messages. It is, however, very important to filter through what's legitimate from obviously what's fake. In fact, that's one of the advocacy of the International Association of Business Communicators, of which I am currently president and will pressing this issue head on. We at the Meralco Public Information Office utilize a reporting tool that assesses positive, negative, including neutral sentiments of media reports, because it helps us identify the areas we need to address and further adjust our media strategy. Media monitoring, listening, and inciting is essential to anticipate and plan for the inevitable. Data management is also important to have a solid look of potential issues and how best to manage them. We are very conscious of this, especially when weather disturbances, typhoons, howlers visit the Meralco franchise area, because it has a big impact on our facilities. The most recent super typhoon that directly hit the Meralco franchise area several years back was Typhoon Glenda. It almost resulted in the total blackout of the Meralco franchise area, crippling 5 million customers and causing a massive power outage. Before it even hit us, we released advisories, safety tips. We reminded customers of hotline numbers in case of emergencies. And when the typhoon actually hit, we were on full alert, monitored by the hour, and updated the media on the outages and efforts being done to restore power. Because of this, customers were made aware of our proactive effort, and somehow, although you can't catch them all, negative buzz was somehow tempered. With some even defending our crews who risked their lives to bring power back after Glenda hit. We also learned some important insights in PR, including the importance of proactive information dissemination through media. We learned some insights important for operations as well, including customer thresholds for power interruption durations. Media monitoring, listening, and inciting is also an important process needed to be aware of threats. Your detractors, if you have, maybe it's time to also look into it, is also in the news. So negative stories will always go viral, especially if there's an issue against you. We pay close attention to this because we have to address each and every one of these stories. You must understand that each negative publicity is a threat to your brand. Individuals and groups that consistently lash out negative tirades against Meralco, whether these are rate increases, even rate decreases, may batikos pa rin, or those who just love to criticize the company just about any issue under the sun, they are among those who we really watch out for. Grading our PR performance is also made possible via media monitoring, listening, and insighting. The tool we use with our provider indicates PR value and media ROI for each and every news item where Meralco was mentioned. It is then collated monthly, quarterly, and annually, allowing us to benchmark performance against previous months or years. Because of this, we were able to do more than just gauge the volume. It's not just all about volume. We also were able to see the quality of the media exposures that we had. Lastly, we were able to discover opportunities and as such, strategize. Being proactive is an imperative if we want our public relations and communication efforts to succeed. After understanding and getting insights via media monitoring, listening and inciting, we are then able to know what ticks our audience and how we can engage them. Let me share with you a journey we also had regarding one of our longest running, has been winning awards actually both local and abroad. and a campaign that continues to help Meralco cascade information to the public. On a monthly basis, power rates vary, giving rise to changes in the bills of Meralco customers. This has been an irritant from the past. Many times in the past, people fail to understand the reason behind the rate adjustments. Unfortunately, for us at the time, since we are the collecting agency from the entire power supply chain, many mistakenly attribute every rate adjustment to Meralco. So, in order to continue educating our customers, we came up with an infomercial called the Meralco Advisory. And this is supported by various media efforts as well, like our regular press briefings, monthly interface with broadcast and print media, interviews including live engagements. The Meralco Advisory is a monthly advertorial on power rate adjustments, which also gives customer-centric tips on how customers can save and manage their electric consumption. It is important to note that Meralco Advisory is a product of consistent media monitoring. Dito namin nakita at nalaman that we had to do this, that we had to come up with a program that will address this certainty. Meralco Advisory somehow helped turn the negative impact of consumer discontent and backlash into a more developmental exercise for people to understand the dynamics of their electricity consumption. Let me share with you. Siguro before we came up with this, it really was a struggle for us because every time, even if we just increase our rates by 3 or 4 centavos, we land in the headlines. Magmamalas-malasing ka pa, nasa banner story. So we couldn't crack it. Bakit ganito? And pinaliwanag na naman namin yung mabuti. Like we aggressively also going on it. That's how media monitoring, insighting, and analysis help us. So, somehow, this discontent and backlash became a thing of the past. In fact, ngayon, napapansin namin, most are just in the inside pages. And every time the newscast comes up with a story, every time we have a press conference, ito yung pinapantapat namin. So it gives a better view as far as the public is concerned on power rates and what Meralco does to our consumers. I will leave you with this video explaining our journey and how we were able to use inciting, media monitoring, and the birth of Meralco Advisory as a platform for public relations and engagement. Thank you very much, and I hope you were able to learn a few pointers. And please feel free to reach out to me anytime. The Secretariat, I think, of PR Asia has my email. And also, for those who are still not members of IABC Philippines, you may want to meet us on a regular basis. I see some of our members are here. Welcome there. We think it's going to be one of the speakers later, and Maricar Bautista is also part of from Boydis, is also part of the Board of Trustees. Maraming salamat po, and I'll let you show the video.
The Philippines' biggest power distribution company, Meralco, was often blamed for rate hikes and power interruptions. The public often does not understand the real cause of these problems and what Meralco does to address them. What do you do when everybody thinks you are bad news? Start your own news program.
Ako po si Joe Zaldarriaga.
At ako naman si Maita David para sa pinakaunang monthly Meralco Advisory.
In 2013, Meralco initiated Meralco Advisory, a 60 to 90-second spot that airs on national TV and radio during primetime news broadcasts. In a show of transparency, it has become the first and only news advisory in the world that provides information on what caused an increase or decrease in electricity rates for the month. It also gives energy-saving advice, safety tips, plus updates on other Meralco services that can benefit consumers. And the real good news, people started to see Meralco in a different light. Because of the program's energy-saving tips, studies made during its first few years found out that more customers now agree that Meralco is a company with a heart and offers more value for money. And because of its continued transparency, showing rate movements and their causes through the years, studies have shown that Meralco Advisory has helped significantly improve consumers' overall perception of Meralco on a yearly basis. In the 2017 CSI study, 85% of the respondents also found the program to be very helpful. The show is now in its 5th year and still going strong.
Maraming salamat sa 5 taon niyong pagtitiwala sa aming programa. Hanggang sa susunod na Meralco Advisory.
Thank you. I think there are 2 questions that
Yes, Sir Joe, we have 2 questions to show that on screen. I was struck with the term PR value. What is PR value for you and does it equate to peso value? And how would you compute for this?
PR value basically measures your exposure. And depending on the ad value where it came out, it gives you a view of how much the value is. It's normally the advertising rack rate multiplied by 3. Then you get the overall public relations value. Later, siguro you can approach me. I can probably let you know kasi hindi ko lang masabi publicly for NDA reasons, non-disclosure agreement reasons, who we tap for our third-party media monitoring agency. But it basically gives you a view. For example, when we started tracking in year 2008, this is just an example. I'm just trying to recall what the actual values were. Ang nakuha PR values for the year was 500 million. So that means that's your exposure for the whole year. Print, radio, and radio that's normally AM and FM, because there are now FM public service stations as well, and TV. And now they can even measure online exposure. The next year, to benchmark, was I effective or did I more or less achieve more? If you did, that means you did something more significant. So, malalaman mo, bakit kaya tumaas? Ano yung mga nagpataas? So it gives you a better view and you will be able to plan better moving forward. We started measuring PR values in the year 2009 when it became available in the market. And this is a global benchmark as well. It's not only in the Philippines, but other countries actually had a head start.
Thank you, Sir Joe. We have the next question. For the issues that are recurring like power drain or cost fluctuation, do you still spend a lot of time and effort to address this?
Yes, definitely. We cannot let up on what we have already achieved in the past. Kasi pag binitawan namin yan, baka bumalik dun sa panahon that we really had difficulty explaining. That is why our efforts to engage not only media, but also our customers, and now netizens. We are very active in social media. We are in Twitter, and we also have a Facebook account. Please follow us. We have a Meralco newsroom, pakilike naman. We try to capture the various platforms available, whether it's traditional or new media. Basta kung saan kami pwedeng pupunta kami. For the simple reason, we serve more than 6 million customers with varying needs and requirements. That's why we also segmented our market into residential, industrial, and commercial to be able to address their needs more. So we will continue that effort and we will continue to engage both in traditional and in social media.
Sir Joe, that is good news for us. Everybody, please.
Natutunan mo ba kayo?
Everybody, please give a round of applause.